Okay, I am so incredibly excited to make this video on my camera bag setup going into 2023. If you're someone that likes to understand the why as to why people set up the camera bags the way that they do and the reasoning behind it, buckle up because we're about to get really nerdy. After years of collecting gear, not even just for photography and filmmaking, I really began to get a sense of what worked and what didn't. In this video, I'm going to go over the deep why of my backpack setup and the reasons I think it's the most effective for what I do. Now, let's all take a quick inventory of what we as creators carry with us whenever we have a story to tell or something to record. Stuff we carry is expensive and a lot of the time fragile. For the longest time, I used what I would call a catch-all bag. There were no dividers. The objects inside would clash and smack each other with every move that I made. Scratches and damage were inevitable. Now, problem number two with a catch-all bag was if I needed only one item from my bag and it was at the very bottom, every item I had to come out to get to it. Now, after swearing a few times and some aggressive pulling, I could get my equipment from the bottom without pulling everything out. This is where I came across the Endurax Camera Bag. It fit right in my budget at about $60. I will leave links in the description if you want to check any of this out. Now, keep in mind, I got this bag to fulfill a few of my needs, but I did not want this bag to carry everything. If you're looking for a video about a backpack setup that encapsulates everything a filmmaker would carry, this video isn't for you. I like to pack light, but I want to pack enough. I carry a GoPro, but in my camera day bag, I'm not going to carry 27 mounts and 13 batteries with it. I pack what I need and a hair extra in case of emergencies, and that's it. If you're carrying a full camera van in your bag, it's going to slow down the deployment of your gear and it's going to become tedious. Okay, let's take a deep dive into this bag and how I have it equipped. When you first see the bag, the DJI FPV drone is probably the first thing that you'll see. I don't believe it's necessary to have the drone take up 85% of the inside of your bag. Then you still have to put on the props when you arrive in the area that you want to film. So I have it attached to an Electroc drone lock. Literally bolts to the outside of your bag and can strap to any drone to it. It's made of a really rigid plastic that feels a lot like some type of composite. Not to mention it looks super cool on the outside of your bag. While we're going over the outside, this backpack has a strap on the side with a tripod zip accessory to hold everything in place. If I want an item off of the bag, I have access to it in less than 10 seconds. No hassle. Now, I will be honest, upon unzipping this bag and opening it, I get a total rush of dopamine. I get excited to film, and if I want a very specific piece of gear, there's no more digging, there's no more friction. I just pull it out, and there's a space designated for that item when I'm done. I can throw this bag in my car and have confidence that the separators will protect my gear, as long as the impact doesn't hit as hard as Will Smith did. Now, the inside of the bag with the separators primarily houses my drone equipment and my GoPro stuff. There isn't a lot of room for anything else. It's got a small zip compartment for wires and a large pocket on the top of the bag for a laptop or other small items. Now, let's revisit when I was talking about a camera van. I do keep extra mounts and other equipment in my trunk most of the time when I'm out filming somewhere. This way I'm still prepared, but I can crouch, run, take it off if needed, and it doesn't look like I'm carrying a 72-hour survival pack. Let's get into the drawbacks of this bag. And Endurax, if you're ever watching this will improve the experience for any future customers. Your foam separators need Velcro on both sides. If I want to get it a little bit more complex with designing the bag layout, or I just want to mount two separators on the same surface, I can't. I may pick up some Velcro and glue, but I mean, nobody else knows how to sew. Now, I really hope that I was able to add some value in this video and maybe give you some inspiration as to how to set up your bag going forward for the best efficiency. Now, get out there and create.